Today we're going to be talking about one of my favorite things to use Walling for, and that is content development and planning. Because let's be honest, if you are a business owner, if you've got a side hustle, if you've got a hobby, the chances are you are also an online content creator. And Walling can help you manage all that. So today's video is going to be one part strategy and two parts tools, tips, and tricks on how to utilize Walling to its maximum potential for content creation, planning, and management. So let's just jump into it. Let's start off with a new wall here. I'm going to call it video ideas because that is a lot of stuff that I do. So I'm going to call our first section idea generator. This can be sort of thought of as a inbox for everything you can think of as far as ideas for content. You know, you don't have to necessarily say whether or not an idea is worthwhile at this stage, at the idea generator stage. You just sort of think of ideas and put them all in there. Now, there's usually two ways that I approach this. It's either like an active ideation session where I sit down and I sort of try to come up with a handful of ideas, a divergent thinking session, if you will, and try to come up with just tons of things that I think are relevant to my audience, to my brand, to everything like that. And the other way is just when you're out and about and you think of an idea, you're like, oh, this might be worth, visiting. So all you have to do is just, you open the daily desk on your phone, on, your computer, your tablet, whatever you're on at that time. And then you can just, write down an idea for, let's say it's how to build new habits. And then so you're out and about and, you've gotten it out of your head. It's in Walling, you're good to go. And when you're back home and you're sort of ready to sit and organize and everything, you can then move it to the video ideas wall, and then move it to your idea generator section. And then we go back to the video ideas wall, and there it is. So then once we, are ready to start building upon those ideas and figuring them out, we can add more context to them, we can add subtasks to them, and figure out how to move forward with them. And so I did a bit of research on this topic, and I found a great reference from Duke University that I want to include in the video, so I'll just add that note to this. And I want to include the source for this just so I can go back and look at it, so I can just paste the link right there, and it creates a little embedded thing, then I can just click. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take about, an hour or so to start doing some research on topic ideas like this and find things that I think are worthwhile to spend some time on and start putting them into my idea generator. All right, so I've got a handful of things down here that I sort of just came up with over the past half an hour or so. I'm actually going to increase the columns here just so I can see everything a bit better. And now that I've got all these ideas, I do want to add some tags to sort of categorize them a little bit, just to make it a bit clearer to me when I look at it, like what is what, So we can just add a tag by hitting this little icon right here above the brick, every brick. So let's do how to. And then we can actually color code it. So let's do like a little light green. I'll add tips and hacks, miscellaneous. Then I can quickly assign everything a tag just to make sure that we are all organized. Great. All right, now that we've got our ideas here, let's go ahead and make another section where we can sort of structuralize our efforts and track them and manage them a lot more seamlessly. So let's do in the making. And then I'm going to make this a Kanban section pending. I'm gonna go ahead and color code these just for fun. I don't know about you, but I think color really does help my brain personally associate things, and yeah, it's helpful. So then we can move our sort of ideas that we want to move forward with into the in the making Kanban view section and utilize that Kanban view to structuralize ideas and progress them as we move forward with them and develop them. So let's say, for example, we move the conduct interview one into pending. You can do that by just dragging, but we can also do move to section in the options, and that will move it there as well. So a couple options there for you. So let's go ahead and add more detail to this content idea so that we have more trackable tasks and can understand better what we're trying to achieve and what we need to do to achieve it. So let's make a checklist, and I did that with just the little left bracket, right bracket. That creates the checkbox. So as you can see, it's super easy to just add some additional subtasks and context to your content ideas to really make fulfilling them that much easier and trackable and viewable for you as you go along in your process. Another fun tip for you is, let's say you have a pretty in-depth video that you're planning. You can make a whole wall dedicated to just that video and, you know, segment it out however you feel. So let's say this ideas wall is a whole video in itself. We can just drag and drop from the left bar right into our in the making Kanban view, and that takes us directly to the entire wall where all of your video content and video assets and everything that you need for it is stored. And that's the great thing about walling, is that, you know, there's sort of this hierarchy of utility that you can utilize these sections and the walls and the linking and the asset aggregation. How you utilize that is up to you. There's just a lot of options when it comes to versatility and what best suits your needs, you know. So then let's say you're working on a productivity video that you started a script for in Google Docs. We would move that to the in progress section and call it productivity video. And then we can add the link to the script just by going to embed link, pasting it, and there it is. So then it's just clickable. It'll take us directly to the script, and, you know, we can reference that when we need to and pull it up as we're making our content. Walling makes it super accessible no matter where you're developing your ideas, to sort of bring it all back together in Walling. So let's say we've completed the productivity video and it is ready to go. The next great thing that we can use Walling for is scheduling. So let's make a new section. Let's call it content calendar. We can change this to a calendar view. And just a reminder, scrolling left and right, all you have to do is hold down Shift and scroll left and right like you regularly would, but just it goes left and right. So then let's move this productivity video to the calendar section. And let's say we want to post it on Wednesday the 27th. So we've got that all locked up and good to go. It is done. We have it planned. We know when we're going to post it. We have everything we need for it. And Calendar View does make it pretty nice to sort of zoom out and zoom back in, because we can sort of view the entire month in its entirety and see where our content is falling and how much content we have per week, per month, even. So anyway, that's about it for this video. I hope it provided you with some inspiration and tips and ideas for how to use Walling to develop and create your content online.